I think it's really wild when someone sacrifices their morals for money. Adam 22, looking at you. Now, for those who may not know, okay, if you've never heard of Adam 22, buckle up, all right? He's basically one of them kind of guys that does a bunch of like really stupid shit for YouTube. And this story broke and it's all over the internet. And I'm not usually someone that does reactions. Yeah, I do. I be lying. So I don't know much about Adam. I mean, I do know enough about Adam 22 to know who he is, that he has a lot of people come on his show, no jumper, you know, quote unquote. And, you know, he's one of them kind of guys that does a lot of internet antics and, you know, has people fight on his show for just the sake of clout. Like, he's basically a culture vulture, right? So the way the story goes is that Adam 22 got married about 7 years ago, you know, to some porn star. Keep the term porn star in mind. You're going to need it. And pretty much, you know, they usually shoot videos with, you know, him and other girls and, you know, the case maybe, you know how most guys do, right? Now, look, I don't have issues with people that live alternative lifestyles and do things like that. Personally, it's not my fit, but, you know, he married a porn star. So he expressed to this woman that he didn't want her doing, you know, scenes with dudes. You can pretty much see where this is headed. So she puts this clip up saying that, you know, it's finally happening, you know, getting to shoot with some black guy. And before I get started, that sentence within itself is hilarious, because you can see the pain in this guy's face when he actually went to do this shit. Now, the reason why I'm doing a video on this is because a lot of dudes do this shit where they only want their girl to sleep with just them. Not even necessarily just them, but like they want their girl to like sleep with other women and them while the shit don't happen on the other end. When y'all start bringing these situations up about people and alternative lifestyles and all this other shit, you better be ready for the shit that come with it. Meaning like, okay, you really expected this girl to do threesomes with you and all these other bitches and not do no shit with nobody else. I'm not someone that plays around like that. That's not my bag. That's not my cup of tea. But y'all be the same niggas on the internet talking all this, you know, a man should have a bunch of women type shit. And listen, I get it. I got cousins that are like that. My dad is like that. Motherfuckers feel like they're supposed to have a harem of women. Look, be realistic about the shit that you're asking for, right? And be realistic about who the fuck you're dating and who you're marrying. Like, if you marry a porn star, you're gonna get porn star results. So basically, this dude's on his show, and he's like all upset, and, you know, not upset, like not crying, but you can tell this man's upset about her doing, you know, the BBC scene, if you catch my drift. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of y'all, like, a lot of people are kind of like, damn, that's crazy. Because it really is crazy. Listen, I seen the clip, never seen the video. This woman looked happier to be doing this scene with this dude than she did on her wedding day. That says a lot. Now, let me make something clear, right? In the midst of all this bullshit, their whole agreement, from what I understand of it, is that they were only going to sleep with women. They were only gonna, this is the agreement him and this woman made. Like, the threesome thing was okay with them and other women. This is the agreement. When she did this scene, she basically violated that. Like, now again, y'all gonna learn about dabbling around with forces outside of your control. Like, certain shit you need to leave alone. Just leave it alone. It may not, look, if you gonna initiate some shit like this, or whatever the case may be, or marry a porn star, you better be ready for what come with it. Like, this girl probably got all type of shit on the internet. Y'all want to marry these OnlyFans models. Y'all want to marry bad bitches. Like, and I mean motherfuckers of the bad bitch lifestyle. Listen, the type of woman you marry or decide to spend your life with or decide to bear your children with or whatever the case may be says a lot about you as a man. I'm not saying porn stars don't deserve to get married. I don't even believe it. I don't believe that either. If you can personally handle the lifestyle and y'all are both cool with it, she's fine with it, you're fine with it, you're cool with it, you know what I mean? Rock out. But don't be the type of nigga that says that he's fine with it, and then when his wife says, you know, comes home from a video shoot and says she had a great day at work, you get upset. Like, y'all gotta stop letting motherfuckers talk y'all into shit. Like, basically what this whole issue boils down to, at least for me, is basic respect. Meaning, like, I don't think she disrespected him. I think he disrespected himself. Meaning, like, he jumped into some shit that he thought he wanted one side of it, and then when he got the other half of it, wasn't ready to deal with the other half of it. When y'all do these things with these people and try this shit, you better be ready to have that conversation 360 on both sides. And I mean the uncomfortable, fucked up conversation that's gonna make y'all not talk for 2 days. And then this nigga explanation of it was even wilder. He was like, well, you know, she's a porn star, and the fact that, you know, she's not shooting with guys is holding up the business. Nigga, like, okay. The thing that get me about Adam 22, at least from my understanding of it, is that he's the type of motherfucker that will sell his soul for $1. Like, there's gotta be a line at some point, like, that says, I won't do this for this money. Like, if a motherfucker asked you, hey, take a picture in a bikini for, I don't know, $5,000. Like, nigga, no, what? Like, at what point does it stop is what I'm getting at. Like, at what point do you say, all right, I can't do this for this money? Now, again, my understanding of Adam 22 is that he don't give a fuck about all, at least he thinks he doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck about all that. Doesn't care. It's whatever. Like, he's one of the type of niggas that, like, says that he's fine with it, but he's really not okay with it. You can tell by the way he's looking that he's really not okay with it. Like, and then, like, when you try to explain that shit to niggas, listen, again, I have nothing against people of alternative lifestyles. That is, to me, that all falls into the area and the space that says, this shit here is none of my fucking business. Once you attach your last name to a motherfucker, everything they do is a reflection of you to some degree, right? Everything. Like, okay, if a motherfucker able to say the sentence, your wife did this with this man, like, that within it, that little space of a sentence within itself, like, listen, maybe a lot of y'all don't care about stuff like that. You know, your reputation or embarrassment or how people treat you or how people view you, or, you know what I mean? I'm not even saying for, like, people that are famous, like, just like how your family views you. Like, if you don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, like, imagine attaching your last name to a woman that is in a porn video with someone else. Like, that's the thought of it that really sinks in with me. Like, it's not only, look, basically for him, it's like the highest level of embarrassment. Like, look, if you're gonna do that type of thing, and, like, okay, if he wasn't, like, upset about her doing it, this would be a totally different conversation. Like, if that was just their lifestyle and how they lived, and that was, like, their thing, and that was just how they enjoyed life, cool, rock out. Like, because, I mean, you're okay with it, she's okay with it. Hey, I feel this way, it's no big deal, it's just how we do things, you know, yada, yada, yada. But if you know you're not truly okay with this shit, like, if you are not okay with another man sleeping with your wife in this type of lifestyle, don't fucking do it. Like, the shit that irritate me about men is that y'all do everything to please women and not enough to please yourselves. Meaning, like, you know you don't want to get married. You may not want to have children. You don't want to spend money on this certain item, but love basically makes you irrational, like, to the point where you do shit that you know you can't stand. Like, and I mean, like, disrespectful shit that you put up with that you know as a man that you personally hate. Like, all for the sake of this bitch. Like, again, it's not my issue, it's not my problem, but I just think it's crazy for a dude to sit there and let his wife sleep with other people, knowing that you feel some type of way about it. Again, if it's your lifestyle and that's how you rock and that's how y'all live, and it's not, and it doesn't bother you, I have nothing to say about it. But the fact that you keep bringing this shit up as if it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, you trying to convince, like when a nigga keep talking about something, it's like you trying to convince us to convince yourself. Like, bro, we don't believe you. You need more people. Boy, the internet be interneting, dog. The internet be interneting. Before I wrap this up, right? I want to make a very important point. That seems very obvious, but motherfuckers don't get it. You cannot control women. I'm going to say that again slowly. You cannot control women. Which means if this girl wants to sleep around, she's going to find a way to do it. If this girl wants to go party with her friends and get shots poured in her mouth all night, she's going to find a way to do it. If she wants to go to the gym, she's going to find a way to do it. If she wants to shoot OnlyFans content, she's going to find a way to do it. If she wants to murder 6 people in a hospital, she's going to find a way to do it. Personally, me, this is why I'm so big on not trying to control motherfuckers. Because you got to think, when you let a motherfucker do what the fuck they want to do, you can either decide to deal with them based off what they do, or you can get rid of them based off what they do. It's either going to work for you or it's not. Like, when you, like y'all overcomplicate things. Like I'm in this group when motherfuckers just ask random questions. Hey, my girlfriend hasn't texted me back in 2 days. Like, what should I do? Like, I keep talking to her and she won't talk to me, and it's making me feel upset. And what should I do? Stop talking to that bitch. Like, you don't, bruh. Unless you are legally tied to it, and even if you are, fuck that. Like, okay. Even in the sense of like kids, like, and I think kids are okay, but I'm saying even in the sense of like your own child disrespecting you in a space to the point where y'all can't exist within that space anymore. Stop fucking with that kid. Well, then we talking about women, but what I'm saying is you don't have to deal with none of this. Like, you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to be involved. If it's too much, you can, like, okay, if it's too much, leave. Like, you can leave. Oh, I love this person. Yeah, but trying to love them is like trying to hug a fucking porcupine. Like, y'all be knowing what shit be right for y'all and it's not. Y'all just have this thing where y'all don't care, though. But I'll tell you one thing.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
Just saying, y'all niggas is tripping. So, y'all have a good day, man. I'm finna go work out. Jesus Christ.